It's Not Your Money by Tosha Silver. When you are no longer attached to anything, you have done your share. Nisargadatta Maharaj. The full abundance change me prayer. The first concept will be your full on secret weapon. It reliably calls in the transformative power of love and elevates one consciousness no matter what your current state. It evokes abundance itself, including gratitude, prosperity, and freedom, yet it serves an even deeper purpose. It teaches your whole being that you too deserve to receive. In many ways, it's a song of worthiness. Divine beloved, allow me to give with complete ease and abundance, knowing that you are the unlimited source of all. Let me be an easy open conduit for your prosperity. Let me trust that all my needs are always met in amazing ways, and that it's safe to give freely as my heart guides. And equally, let me feel wildly open to receiving. May I know my own value, beauty, and worthiness without question. Let me allow others the supreme pleasure of giving to me. May I feel worthy to receive in every possible way. Change me into one who can fully love, forgive, and accept myself, so may I carry light without restriction. Let everything that needs to go, go. Let everything that needs to come, come. I am utterly your own. You are me. I am you. We are one. All is well. As a practice, please read this prayer every day for the full 8 weeks of this process. It's a strengthening tea that needs time to steep within you. It seems to know how to heal and strengthen various parts of your spiritual system, no matter who you are. For example, while some people, especially women, are comfortably giving, they haven't a clue on how to receive. Some will give, even insanely overgive, then feel red hot fury about not getting back. This prayer instills the intention that you too can receive. The universe can use anything it wishes to meet your needs, sometimes in ways far more creative and unexpected than the mind can fathom. When my friend Andy says he envies people with inheritances, I often laugh. Well, divine source actually is the ultimate trust fund in more ways than one. Here's a good prayer to help rest in this awareness. Change me, divine beloved, into one who fully trusts that all true needs are always met through your bounty. Let me surrender and allow you to be my source for all. Let me breathe, relax, and let you lead. I am safe. I am peaceful. All needs will abundantly be met. I am yours completely. Doership. Eventually, in some life or another, chasing and grasping begin to constrict like outgrown clothes. The soul longs for something larger than the ego's agenda to guide the way. You long to serve and harmonize with the Tao. The act of offering is a holy process. Anything truly surrendered is indeed made sacred. You're not just throwing some mess at God saying, hey, I hope you can handle it, dude, because I sure can. You're no longer demanding, how fast can I get my order delivered? Instead, you're softening and wondering, what am I learning here? How can I be kinder to myself right now? You take that unbearable burden and say, I can no longer be an ego lugging this around like a pack mule. Please show me the way. And often you find that the problem that's been your biggest nemesis is actually the key to your freedom. Prayer for transforming money. Okay, God, open me. I'm ready. I don't want the exhausting burden of this topic anymore. I am done. Open me to whatever I'm meant to receive from this sacred process. Help me let go of any old beliefs and feelings that get in the way of your plan for my life. May I know the good I can do as an embodiment of divine abundance. Many of the money focused books and courses out there are based on the idea, how can I get more? I want it all and I deserve it. But this is a wholly other way. So right here, right now, before we launch into the daily 5 steps, you can bless the entire process of opening to abundance with a direct prayer. Change me, open me, make me receptive to the unexpected. May I receive all that is meant for me over these next weeks and beyond. Let me know my own worthiness to receive. Let me play with these new ideas as an adventure. And then let me embrace what happens according to your will. I am yours, you are mine, we are one, all is well. Some of you may need to start smaller than your home. You could start with your car, wallet, or purse. If you're on the road, you could even reorganize your suitcase. Anything can be a symbolic and powerful beginning. As the musician John Cage once famously said, begin anywhere. In truth, many people find the process infectious and unstoppable once they dive in. You may even discover ways to make it more pleasurable, music or little gifts that you give yourself as you go. But here's what most important. When you offer the process and stop trying to clean from your ego's limited strength, something else steps in. The divine begins to act through you and for you. Holiness itself makes the space. Step 1, say the full abundance change me prayer. Step 2, start to clean your house. Step 3, stop complaining about money. Step 4, make a statement of gratitude. Step 5, say, it's easy to receive. As an experiment, drop the resistance. Say it however you need to say it. You can even get playful. Every day, God makes me more open to receive. What a miracle that I, of all people, am finally open to receive. How the heck did this happen? I'm suddenly open. I'm ready. Receiving gets easier every day. I am one with this expansive source of all. Everything I need always comes, and I am gratefully receive. I am so damn excited to receive. Once a guy named James wrote on my Facebook page that he was thrilled I posted so much stuff for free since he was not only broke, but proudly cheap too. I couldn't help responding, I'm glad you like being here, dear James, but if you keep insisting that you're both those things, you'll continue to attract scarcity and constriction as night follows day. So while you're proud, you've never spent a penny here, honestly, it's nothing to be proud of. Here's why. There's this funny thing my mom always used to say when I was little, don't be a schnorrer. In Yiddish, it's someone who wants only to take and never give. Schnorrers live outside the circle of abundance, hoping that if they grab enough, they might feel safe. It never works. But it's not hard to learn to become a conduit. Then the universe can bring what you yourself need and also let you give. Then you long to support others who have been helpful to you. You enter the flow by giving back. Besides, while we're at it, broke and cheap are actually two different problems. Broke can be fixed by saying that you're temporarily financially challenged. There's no shame in that. It happens to the best of us. However, cheap is a different story. Cheap is like saying, I simply won't be a conduit for abundance. I won't spend and I won't give. You have to want to let God use you to give. You have to want to be a part of the flow, not only financially, but in every way. So how does this happen? It's not that all desires simply die through this process of offering, although some do. And you sure don't blame yourself for having them in the first place because they're part of being human. But desires themselves are never really the problem and never have been. Attachment is. Through this work we'll be doing together, they'll stop holding you prisoner. You can't even say, dear God, I give this raging desire to you. Open me to your will. Release me from my fixations and attachments. Surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed, and I am open to receive. Eventually, one sublime desire takes precedence over all the others to follow the Tao, the divine flow, at all costs. Step 1, revisiting the abundance prayer. I don't know what force brought me this prayer through me, but I do know to the bottom of my purple pedicure toes that it works. If you haven't made a recording in your own voice yet, please do. I hate my voice, you might say, but try it anyway. What if you imagine God herself was speaking through you? Hearing yourself can dissolve the illusion that prosperity is something external to be chased. You can read it with intensity and focus as if you yourself are a sacred vessel for it. They describe a Thai meditation master who was asked how we can find security in a world of impermanence. How can we relax and be happy when nothing stays the same? He answered by holding up a drinking glass and saying, you see this goblet? For me, this glass is already broken. I enjoy it. I drink out of it. It holds my water admirably, sometimes even reflecting the sun in beautiful patterns. But when I put this glass on a shelf and the wind knocks it over, I say, of course. When I understand that this glass is already broken, every moment with it is precious. Every moment is just as it is. And that's a true offering. Stage 1. Here's the starting line. In this stage, the ego is fully in the driver's seat saying, I want what I want. If I don't get it, I'll most definitely feel angry or hopeless, maybe forever. Resentment, despair, and frustration are familiar emotions. Attempts to control and manipulate reality crop up all day long. Now, please don't misunderstand me. There's nothing wrong with this. Feelings are fine. And this process sure isn't about blocking them, but this stage is simply a natural expression of the ego steadfastly fighting reality. And here's what's funny. You could be a rock star with 10 million Instagram fans and still be smack at stage one. You could even be a yoga star with groupies everywhere and yet stuck like glue in stage one because the whole world might be worshiping at your feet while in a way you're still a slave to your desires. Stage two, here the awareness of offering becomes intellectual. You learn about surrender and inviting the divine to lead. Often this stage unfolds from the sheer exhaustion of not getting your desires. You start trying to turn things over. However, the small self still firmly rules the roost. This stage is the trickiest because you can convince yourself that you surrendered when in fact the ego is simply using offering as a strategy to get what it wants. For example, I'll offer my money to the divine so I become rich. You know you've moved to the next stage when you're no longer attached to outcome. I'll give you an example. I was talking to a friend recently who's quite familiar with these concepts. She complained, I've got so many decisions to make right now. I feel like my head's going to explode. Everything's coming at once. I know exactly what that feels like. I agree. But you also know offering. What if you made a list and one by one gave each burden back to God? She rolled her eyes and waved her hands at me. Oh, yeah. I know about offering. No, I persisted, perhaps annoyingly. You know the idea of it, but you're still thinking you are the one who carries it all. She went silent for a few minutes and then finally she got it. Later, she told me she wrote everything down and prayed, Dear God, help me prioritize. Let me know what matters first, then second, and what doesn't even matter at all. Then please act through me and do it all. I can't possibly handle all of this. And as soon as she did that, she immediately felt spacious and relieved. And then voila, she moved to stage three. Stage three, in this stage, the me no longer carries the cumbersome center of identity. Everything that needs to happen starts to happen without you consciously doing. The universe acts through you, and the outcome is none of your business. There's no need to judge or compare any of these stages. They're all just seasons of unfolding, and over time, you may flip from one to another. So eventually, you might be ensconced in one, in three much of the time, yet occasionally get triggered and even pop back into one, clutching and grabbing obsessively. Then you just breathe and say, let me return to what I know. Everything is indeed out of control, and God will hold it all. I can safely let go. And then you're back in three. Powerful prayer. Allow me, divine, offer you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them and lead the way and free me from my change. And please let me know my own wholeness and freedom most of all. The exalted barista. I have a theory that many of the most evolved beings on the planet aren't even the limelight whatsoever. They're just regular folks living with joy, dignity, and sometimes laser-like precision, like Carmina. For a long time, I've gone to a certain cafe and noticed this barista in her 20s. In the early morning hurricane of orders, she's totally equanimity and cool. One day, I watched the guy scream at her when she gave him soy instead of skim. She responded with total kindness and serenity. Yesterday, someone else went at her, and once again, pure love. She's a dancing warrior princess behind the counter, juggling cups, cinnamon, and foam. Carmina, how the heck do you do this? I asked. It's brutal being a barista. A friend of mine quit after 2 days. She laughed. Dios mío, you're so right. But 4 years ago, I figured it out. You can control almost nothing but your reaction. So I decided to become a master of that. Then each day I can practice. The biggest locos give you the best workout. Prayer. Allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. I am yours, you are mine, we are one, all is well. Offering equals surrender. As we've discussed, surrender often gets confused with passivity or even hopelessness, but it's simply the release of attachment, whether to the $500 for a car payment, the partner you can't live without, or the baby you feel you must have. You simply cannot fully offer without surrender. You give the longing to love. In a sense, you say, help me trust that all deepest needs will be met. Let me enter this path of freedom. Even my deepest attachments I give to you. Let me trust you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. So say you're wishing to move from a particular job to your own gig. Offer it to love. You know the timing. You know the way. Now, perhaps the shift will organically come faster than you'd imagined. However, you might be held in check for a while, just as I was. You might be chomping at the bit while invisible yet critical preparation is underway. If you only look at timing from an ego-based law of attraction mindset, you might think, I keep visualizing it. I keep hammering at the universe. I keep saying what I want, but the damn doors just won't open. I must need more coaching. But a divinely timed spiritual birth is so different. You offer the whole situation. You know my talents. You know my abilities. I long to be of service. If you want this change to come, please show me the first steps. So here's a prayer for opening to this love. Dear Lord, help me trust that there is a plan for beyond what I can see through my veil of fears and illusions. May I move in harmony with your flow, knowing in every moment all needs will be met and you alone guide me. Fill me with your nourishing and extravagant love. I am yours, you are mine, we are one, all is well. The final meditation. Focus on your breath for a moment, breathing in calming energy and bringing out any worry or fear. As you breathe, feel yourself relaxing into a deep and quiet place inside, a place that's always been waiting for your return. As you rest there, imagine one more time that all your finances are offered to this radiant love. You can turn your hands to the sky and see all of it, every concern, every burden, every bill offered back to love. You can say, you know my every need, and now finally all is yours. Let the highest occur in every way. Feel the peace and the release of that. But take one more step. Imagine now that the money has been fully offered. Something else wants to be offered as well, your whole being, and you are ready. You feel this all knowing force of love has been waiting for you. It now fully accepts and rejoices in your sacred offering of yourself, all of you, without any need to become more deserving, without any need to improve. You have been worthy to belong to love all along. In fact, you are love itself. Love owns you now. Relax and feel this for a few minutes. Then open your eyes.